This November, elegance comes alive at the Ambassador Ballroom of the Movenpick Hotel, Accra. Experience a night of fine dining and classical artistry with Guy Bertrand K, Kokui Selome, and the Afro Maestro Orchestra. Enjoy a luxurious 4-course dinner with wine pairings crafted to perfection. Tickets are 1,800 Ghana cedis, but grab your early bird for just 1,500. Join us on Thursday, the 27th of November at 7 p.m. for a celebration of music, culture, and pure sophistication. Reserve now. Call 020-433-3136 or 0302-611-000. The Movenpick Classical Music Night, where every moment is pure elegance.
Asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509-551-609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go! Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Accra, are you planning that big church convention or must-attend events this season? Don't let communication slow your momentum. With Wiggle Vision's voice and SMS services, you can reach thousands of people in just seconds. Send personalized voice messages, instant reminders, event updates, and registration confirmations, all with one click. No internet? No problem. Wiggle's reliable USSD and bulk SMS platforms keep everyone connected, anytime, anywhere. From vibrant churches in Osu to event planners in East Legon, everyone's switching to Wiggle Voice and SMS to keep their audience engaged and informed. So why wait? Talk to Wiggle Vision today. Call 055-417-059 or visit wiggle.com.gh. That's wiggle.com.gh. Wiggle Vision, connecting people, powering events.
Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I added my petition to the petitioners for the removal of OSP because he's not really ready to do the work. That's Abi National in Wa. Baba Chairman in Tamale says there's no compulsion in religion, and the Wesley girls and all those schools forcing students against their will must know and understand that their actions have the tendency of causing bigger problems. Shutting down the zip-line drone delivery service jeopardizes vital medical supply chains in rural areas, putting countless lives at risk. These drones provide essential access to healthcare resources, especially in emergencies. We should seek innovative funding solutions to ensure that every community receives the medical support they need. That's from Mausi Aibi, Aista in the Volta region. The education minister should not have wasted his energy on this issue. Ghana is a secular state, and heads of institutions must admit it and allow people the right to practice their faith. That's Akapo Jr. in Ahafo-Mim. The health minister is working hard and should ensure the zipline works effectively. That's Neodig Ni Atukwekwe from Accra. Yakubu Ibn Chamba says this concept of new government sidelining and frustrating state institutions that were created by previous administrations must be abhorred in detail. Why must the citizenry suffer because of the differences in political ideologies? Okroyeboa from Bremen Benin says the zipline service is helping health delivery. Therefore, the government should pay them as soon as possible. You can also send your message 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. Derek Abakisi in Sandema says the health minister, just like he did to Lightwave, is trying very hard to give zipline a bad name in order to hang it. They see nothing good in anything implemented by the MPP. Let's give time some time. AGB, what else do we have?
The Ministry of Education says it will not tolerate any infringement on the rights of students to practice their preferred religion. The warning follows a directive by the Supreme Court to Wesley Girls Senior High School to formally respond to allegations that it prevents Muslim students from observing their religion. Claims contained in a suit filed by private legal practitioner Shafiq Osman. Addressing the issue on the floor of Parliament, the Minister of Education, Haruna Iddrisu, stressed that the rights of every Ghanaian child must be respected and protected regardless of their religious background.
Let me also use this opportunity in debating the budget, since I speak as the present Minister for Education, that there is some ongoing debate on restrictions on Muslim students in Wesley Girls, which conflicts with international human rights standards and even standard expected of us in Ghana's constitution and Article 33(5) and 26(1) of the constitution. And then to assure our colleagues that we have a duty to uphold the rights of every Ghanaian child and to uphold the rights of every Ghanaian citizen. No right is divisible. And that we will not countenance any action by any person to deny any Ghanaian girl the opportunity to profess or practice any religion.
You heard Minister of Education Haruna Iddrisu.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. So on that particular matter, there's a statement that we have from the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference and also the Christian Council of Ghana in relation to this particular subject. Now, there was also a decision today in the court, the Supreme Court of the land. I'll be sharing with you what the Supreme Court has said on that issue that the minister referenced, which is a subject or a matter that is currently before the court. But before then, let me bring for you the full statement that was issued by the Catholic Bishops' Conference. The question of whether non-Christian students, and I'm reading, it says, the question of whether non-Christian students, particularly Muslims, should be allowed to fully practice their religion within Christian mission schools in Ghana has become one of the most sensitive and widely debated issues in our national educational landscape. As proprietors, we are often called upon to explain why we insist on maintaining the Christian identity, practices, and ethos of the schools we founded. Our position is not rooted in hostility towards other faiths, but in a desire to preserve the integrity of institutions we have built and nurtured for over a century, a mission that touches history, law, culture, educational policy, and the church's foundational role in Ghana. Our historical and proprietorship claim forms the cornerstone of our argument. Christian mission schools were not created by the state. They arose because the different churches, Catholic, Methodist, Presbyterian, Anglican, and others, saw education as a central expression of our missionary mandate. We acquired the land, built the schools, trained the teachers, and shaped the ethos long before the modern state of Ghana existed. When the government began assisting us, primarily by paying teacher salaries and regulating curricula, it joined an already functioning system. State support, therefore, is a partnership, not a takeover. The ownership and identity of those schools or these schools reside with us. Government assistance does not diminish this identity, nor does it confer the right to alter the core religious character that defines these institutions. Closely linked to this is the principle of freedom of choice. No student is compelled to attend a Christian mission school. Parents choose our institutions freely, often because of their proven track record in academic excellence, discipline, and moral formation. They are aware from the outset that our schools operate within a Christian worldview, gather for Christian worship, and uphold Christian values. Because attendance is voluntary, it is unreasonable for anyone to demand that we change our core character to accommodate their religious preferences. Ghana offers many alternatives: fully public schools, Islamic schools, and private institutions, ensuring that the rights of non-Christian students are respected without requiring us to dilute our identity. Preserving our moral and disciplinarian ethos is central to the success of our educational mission. Our schools are known not only for academic excellence, but also for cultivating integrity, responsibility, discipline, and service. Permitting separate religious practices, uniforms, and prayer schedules would fracture the communal unity and discipline that underpin our school's ethos. A cohesive community, guided by shared values, common worship, and a single code of conduct, has consistently produced graduates whose virtues endure throughout their lives. Parallel religious systems could erode this cohesion and weaken the qualities that have made our mission schools strong. The statement continues. It says, we also recognize the practical challenges that accommodating multiple religions would create. Adjusting timetables, allocating prayer rooms, revising uniforms, or managing perceptions of inequality would impose significant administrative burdens. These challenges are not hypothetical. They risk undermining the order, focus, and quality that are essential for discipline and academic excellence. A single unified school culture serves the entire student body far more effectively than a fragmented environment in which students operate within separate religious frameworks. Our position is grounded in constitutional and legal principles, particularly the rights to freedom of association and religious liberty. These rights protect both individuals and institutions. As Christian communities, we have the constitutional right to operate schools that express our faith. Expecting us to suppress the Christian identity of our schools to accommodate every religious group would infringe upon this freedom. The religious character of our schools is essential, not incidental. Maintaining it is both legitimate and lawful, even while welcoming students from diverse backgrounds who freely choose to join our mission. In this context, we note the Memorandum of Understanding adopted by government-assisted and private mission schools, which was validated on 5th April 2024. Developed by the Conference of Managers of Education Units with support from the National Peace Council, the MOU affirms a long-standing partnership between the government and mission bodies. It recognizes the vital role of missions and draws on the 1992 Constitution's guarantee of equal education opportunities. The guidelines address issues such as fasting, dress codes, and worship spaces, and they appropriately emphasize inclusivity, tolerance, and respect for diversity within the established framework of our schools. Our understanding of the historical partnership between church and state is equally important. For generations, the state has collaborated with the church in education, healthcare, and social services, always respecting our identity and mission. The state chose to support mission schools because we had already built a trusted and successful system. Its role is to support, not redefine, the mission that has made these schools pillars of national development. Any attempt to override our religious identity risks damaging this long-standing relationship and discouraging future partnerships that benefit the nation. Ultimately, our stance is rooted in the very heart of our missionary purpose. These schools were never established merely to instruct in mathematics, literature, or science. They were founded to form young people holistically, intellectually, morally, and spiritually in the light of the gospel. Christian worship, formation, and values are not peripheral additions. They are integral to our identity and the very reason for our existence. To demand that we secularize our environment or remove Christian practices is to undermine the foundational mission that brought these institutions into being. In conclusion, our position is irrevocable. Our position is irrevocably grounded in history, protected by constitutional law, and affirmed by a proven educational philosophy. Financial assistance from the state must not be mistaken for state ownership, nor does it grant any party, governmental or religious, the authority to redefine the character of the institutions we established. We demonstrate respect for the rights of all students by welcoming those of faith while upholding their freedom to choose schools that reflect their own beliefs. Our paramount duty is to safeguard the Christian identity, values, and practices that are defining heart of our schools and have profoundly shaped Ghanaian society for generations. Ultimately, defending this heritage is not an act of exclusion. It is a vital affirmation of religious freedom, institutional autonomy, and the enduring pursuit of educational excellence. And this statement is jointly signed by Right Reverend Dr. Bliss Divine Agbeko, who is chairman of the Christian Council of Ghana, and Most Reverend Matthew Kwesi Jemfi, president of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. So today there was a court hearing. The Supreme Court sat on a matter relating to this same subject. Ejubi, can you read that story for us?
The Supreme Court has directed Wesley Girls Senior High School to formally respond to allegations that it prevents Muslim students from practicing their religion. The central issue in this case we are discussing, filed by private legal practitioner Shafiq Osman. The court today gave the school 14 days to provide answers to the factual claims, which will pave the way for the determination of the case. Mr. Osman alleges that Wesley Girls enforces policies that bar Muslim students from observing religious duties such as fasting and prayer, and compels them to participate in Methodist religious activities given the school's foundation by the Methodist Church. He contends that this conduct amounts to systemic abuse of rights and discrimination on the basis of religion. During today's sitting, the Attorney General applied to withdraw and replace an earlier statement of case. While the Supreme Court, presided over by Justice Gabriel Scott Poaman, allowed the replacement, the bench expressed concern that the amended statement did not address the core factual claims. The court consequently ruled that the first defendant, the Board of Governors of Wesley Girls School, must respond directly to the allegations. The panel emphasized that claims suggesting the school prevents Muslim students from practicing their faith are particularly serious. The Deputy AG, Dr. Justice Remsai, did not oppose the directive, noting that the amended statement of case primarily focused on the constitutional framework for assessing restrictions on religious rights. Wesley Girls is required to file a statement within 14 days of being served to clarify its religious policies and justify any restrictions placed on Muslim students, if any.
So that's what happened in court today, the Supreme Court. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Umaru Sandamud here with Ejubi. We are Fiakente. Ejubi, what other stories do we have here in the Citi newsroom?
Well, former managing director of the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited, Edwin Provençal has met his 30 million Ghana cedis bail condition and has been released after spending over 2 weeks in Iyoko custody. Provençal, who was arrested on Monday, November 10, at the Kosoka International Airport while attempting to travel to Mozambique, is under investigation for allegedly causing financial loss to the state. Speaking to Citi News, his lawyer Charles Otre expressed his appreciation to supporters who have shown concern through his period in Iyoko custody.
Well, he was admitted to bail by the court, and the bail was a reduction from 60 million to 30 million. The variation also occurred that there should be two sureties, one to justify. Finally, we've met the justification with landed property for 30 million Ghana cedis, and he's met all the conditions, and so it's time for him to go. Well, he's very thankful, and you can see he needs to get home. Thank you so much for all your support as well.
You heard lawyer for the former Boston Managing Director Charles Otre. Now, a group of Ghanaians staged a protest today for the removal of the Special Prosecutor Kisia Jabin over what they describe as his failure to meet his mandates. The demonstration ended with the submission of a petition to the presidency outlining several allegations against the Special Prosecutor. According to the group, Mr. Ejebing has abused his office, used his position to settle personal scores, and delayed key corruption investigations, particularly the case involving former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. The Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Shamima Muslim received the petition on behalf of the President and assured the group that action will be taken.
Welcome all of you to the presidency to receive your petition. We are very happy when citizens mobilize to exercise their constitutional rights to freedom of expression. His Excellency has assured all citizens, all manner of citizens, all people of various political persuasions that he is a president that believes in the rights of the citizens of Ghanaians, and he has assured that no citizen must feel fearful in their expression of their rights. And so we see your demonstration here today as a way of activating our constitution, which is a live document. So you're welcome, and we are happy to receive your petition.
You heard Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Shamima Muslim. Now, President John Dramani Mahama says he intends to appoint the next Defense and Environment Ministers in 2026. The announcement is expected to follow the Christmas celebrations, as he says consultations are still ongoing for the upcoming appointments. The two ministerial positions have remained vacant following the deaths of the Defense Minister Dr. Edward Omane-Boama and Minister of Environment Dr. Mutala Mohammed in the August 6 helicopter crash earlier this year. The President, addressing the Ghana Muslim mission at the Jubilee House, dismissed claims that he plans to appoint anyone at this moment.
We made a promise to appoint not more than 60 ministers, and some people said, how are you going to work with only 60 ministers? As I speak today, we're working with 58 ministers because, unfortunately, they say Allah gives and Allah takes. He took two of our comrades, and we haven't filled those positions yet. I can see people speculating he's going to appoint a new defense minister, a new environment minister. We're not in a hurry. I'll do those appointments next year after the holiday, the Christmas and the New Year. We'll fill those positions. And so those speculating about somebody going to be appointed tomorrow and all that, I mean, just take your time, go and enjoy Christmas, and then after Christmas we will take a decision on those ones.
You heard President of the Republic John Dramani Mahama.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Bombay Road, Bushashi Istegon or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
My hands are champion, creating temptation. 100% natural kivo. Ginger, garlic, onion. No salt, no MSG. No preservatives. Steam them natural. Chicken, fish, and meat. Yes,
Kivo 3 in 100% natural ginger, garlic, onion powder. Incredible aroma. Champion taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Ginger, garlic, and onion. 3 in 1 Kivo.
Who cries calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
Je m'appelle.
Je m'appelle.
Je m'appelle.
Mappé. Et mappé. Hey, Asamo. French idiot. This is a midi croissant.
Meet Aja. She makes sobolo in a small shop in Kaswa. She's going places with MTN Ejumapa. Now, she's learning French kakra to teach her francophone customers indigenous recipes.
Watashi no namae wa.
Watashi no na. My boy.
Whoa. She's learning Japanese too? Watash. What? If you're a woman with a small business, join MTN Ejumapa today by dialing *5060# and enjoy 150 megabytes data, a lifestyle bundle for social media, free MTN to MTN calls every Monday, and an insurance cover. You will also gain access to expert training, discounts on digital tools, and financial support to grow the business of your dreams. Terms and conditions apply. MTN.
Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get Sumo, Rambo, and get Sumo Super. And the Polytank, we did. Polytank, papa no no, 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 Ankasa.
The best. Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ijubi Wiafe Akente. Let's settle for the details. The Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana says it will petition President John Dramani Mahama over what it calls the government's unfortunate refusal to place a temporary ban on rice and egg imports. The chamber argues that the current food glut, particularly in key producing regions, should compel the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to suspend imports for at least 3 months to protect Ghanaian farmers. Producers say if that is not done, the agri sector risks collapsing from rising post-harvest losses. Anthony Morrison is CEO of the Agri-Business Chamber.
Ghanaians must patronize Ghana rice. Retailers must understand that if Ghana's economy is wiped out, their retailing business for rice is also wiped out. We can't continue to import ourselves out of our food security solutions. We must take the critical pain and go through it and make sure that we are supporting the farmers. Why are we putting these problems? Look, we are going to Christmas. These poor farmers need money to be able to make merry Okay, why are we supporting importers as against producers? I mean, I'm very angry, and you see, as a country, every country protects their farmers, and that is what we must as Ghanaians. And it's as simple as that. It's unacceptable. It must be reconsidered. We will petition the president to this effect.
Anthony Morrison is the Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana. Now, Ghana and neighboring Cote d'Ivoire are coming under renewed pressure from the European Union and its French development partners to speed up long-delayed reforms in the cocoa sector. This follows fresh warnings that both countries risk losing competitiveness under new global sustainability rules and restrict markets access, threatening billions in export revenue for both countries.
The research findings presented at the workshop painted a complex picture of sector vulnerabilities and clear pathways for reform. Multiple studies confirmed farmers' strong preference for low to no shade systems, which boost yields in the short term but reduce ecological resilience and long-term productivity. The researchers underscored that widespread use of such systems undermines forest recovery and leaves cocoa landscapes highly fragile in the face of climate change. On disease management, researchers warn that cocoa swollen shoot virus disease remains pervasive, slashing yields up to 202 kilograms per hectare in severely affected farms, while farmer-led control methods such as cutting infected portions or applying chemicals are largely ineffective. The project recommends intensifying rehabilitation programs, scaling production of SSVD-resistant seedlings, and expanding technical training for early detection. Certification studies reveal that while fair trade and organic schemes significantly boost yields, incomes, and job creations, their impact on broader food security and working conditions remains uneven.
Emmanuel Pong with our business desk report. Ghana could be on track for its longest stretch of price stability in years as inflation continues to decline faster than anticipated. The Bank of Ghana now projects that inflation will fall to between 4 and 6% by the end of 2025, before firmly settling within its medium-term target band in 2026. With key macroeconomic indicators showing signs of steady improvement, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, says the central bank's focus is to sustain these hard-won gains while supporting growth across all major sectors of the economy.
Looking ahead, the growth outlook remains favorable. Staff projections, supported by recent real sector indicators, suggest that the economy will maintain a steady expansion path throughout next year, 2026. The strong harvest season, improved food supply dynamics, enhanced FX liquidity, and the easing credit environment, these all provide support for continued growth into next year. The non-oil sectors, services, industry, and agriculture are all expected to remain the key drivers. So the broader macro also supports this trajectory. Money supply growth has moderated significantly, helping anchor inflation. Real rates remain high, creating room for a carefully calibrated easing cycle. And with inflation likely to settle between 4 to 6% by year end, before stabilizing around the target band in 2026, Ghana is entering what could become a multi-year period of price stability.
Dr. Johnson Esiama is the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Now, government says ongoing public financial management reforms are beginning to yield clear improvements in Ghana's economic stability. Government points to enhanced fiscal discipline, stronger expenditure controls, and improved revenue administration, which are helping to anchor the country's recovery efforts. Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Nyakoampem addressing delegates of the Third African Association of Accountants General Conference said the government will lock in the gains through a more transparent and accountable public finance system.
Over the last 10 months, Ghana has embarked on significant reforms to the PFM system. These include the reforms that introduces new and robust fiscal rules, strengthening of fiscal institutions, numerical threshold on debt levels, and amendments that link procurements to budget processes to prevent arrears accumulation. The results have been seen in remarkable turnaround in Ghana's public finances. Macroeconomic stability is strongly returning. Market sentiments have significantly improved. Credit ratings have been upgraded. These gains reflect the bold, disciplined, and integrity-driven economic governance agenda championed by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Under his leadership, we have stayed focused on deepening PFM reforms. Just last week, he made a statement that has sent shivers down the spine of all his appointees. And he says to us, woe betide any of you who bring scandal to my government.
You heard Thomas Nyako Ampem, Deputy Finance Minister. Founder of Africa World Airlines, Togbe Afede, the 14th, is advising that Africa cannot achieve meaningful economic transformation unless it places transportation at the center of its development agenda. He describes transport, particularly aviation, as the backbone of economic productivity. Speaking at an event to celebrate Africa World Airlines' 5 millionth domestic passenger milestone, Togbe Afede said, despite the aviation industry being highly capital intensive, its strategic value far outweighs the cost and called for stronger collaboration across government and private sector players.
The development of tropical Africa can be summed up in one word: transportation. That is how important transportation is. I mean power, but without the means to transport the turbines, we can't produce power. So that is the importance of transportation. So notwithstanding the difficulties that have been won about, I was inspired by that need to contribute in one of the most important sectors of our economy. Of course, they warned me it's capital intensive. I didn't have that capital. Technology intensive. I didn't have the technology. I didn't understand aviation. All I knew was that there's opportunity. So I set out looking for partners.
Togbe Afede, the 14th, is the founder of Africa World Airlines. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ijubi Biafe Akente. Up next is Points Blank.
Flight 715 is now boarding at Gate 4.
Welcome to the Stanbic Bank app that makes you live a lot more like
topping up my electricity before ECG do me yawa.
That's smart. And you have to send mom money. Forgot?
Easy. We'll just transfer from the app.
We are about to take off.
Okay, let me also enable my travel notice.
It was that easy, huh?
Complete. Now I can use my card abroad without it getting declined.
Hey, you forgot to pay your water bill. The guys are outside to disconnect.
Wait a minute. Water bill payment? Done.
Why you lucky?
Charlie, my Stanbic Bank app sorting me back to back.
Level up and do more with the Stanbic Bank app. Download now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 0302 815 789 to get started. Stanbic Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go, Gugomi. At what time when you can't park where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey Ghana, the lights are going off again, but this time for good reason. Melcom Blackouts deals are here. From November 13th to 30th, prices go dark and savings shine. Visit
nearest Melcom store today. Melcom, your #1 shopping destination. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey Ghana, the lights are going off again, but this time for good reason. Melcom Blackouts deals are here. From November 13th to 30th, prices go dark and savings shine. Visit your nearest Melcom store today. Melcom, your #1 shopping destination. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Make a choice. Go for it. You need support to achieve. A new verse awaits you, the Republic Verse, where you're treated as uniquely as you are. Succeed, thrive, outshine yourself. This is our verse, the Republic Verse. Join the Republic Verse and big up. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I'm Umaru Sandamadu. Tonight on Point Blank, my guest is a member of the minority side in Parliament. He is member of Parliament for the people of Mansun Kwanta. Honorable Chinebu Akodia Foko is my guest. NPP MP, you're welcome.
Thank you, Umaru.
How are
Thanks
you doing?
For having me. I'm doing well.
How is life treating you?
I mean, life is okay. Parliament is interesting. You know, I'm a first timer. Learning a lot, and you know, you're constructing the plane and flying at the same time. So we learn and get along to work.
You crash and rise up and fly and crash until you figure it out.
That's the whole thing. The Parliament is there, constituency is there, so you know, you got to balance.
But then you were a banker wearing your nice suit and tie, sitting in NIB, it's a state bank, enjoying yourself. Go in the morning, V8, you smell cash, you see cash, you live with cash. Then you say, "Oh, me call Parliament." Why?
I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe firstly, on a lighter note, I mean, because I love my constituency, you know. But interestingly, people have asked me this question, and my answer is: look, wherever you happen to be, a service to people and a service to the nation as a whole. In the bank, yes, service to people. You might think it was maybe. You know, a bank covering the entire nation. But if you look at it compared to the work in Parliament, I think Parliament is a bit more broader. You know, the service is covering the entire nation. It's not only the constituency that elected me, it goes beyond that. When you have, I mean, legislation and all that, I mean, before you are looking at the entire nation. And I think it's also fulfilling, knowing that you are touching every part of the country, impacting on the lives of people. So I think it's fulfilling.
It's a new challenge.
Yeah.
So you're a banker?
Definitely, that's my background.
You've done it for how many years?
Been in banking for about 18 years. I started in Barclays Bank. worked in Barclays Bank for close to, I think, about 9 years or so.
Okay.
And I moved to this First National Bank, which is under the First Round Bank of South Africa, through it. So Barclays Bank, I rose to become, I was the assistant vice president for the bank, and then moved to First National Bank. I was the country head of credit risks before moving to National Investment Bank. I started as the deputy managing director, and then later elevated to become the managing director. So it's been, banking has been the core. Yeah.
Have you also been political while you were doing your banking stuff? Have you been engaging in party activities, that kind of thing?
Party activities, yes. I have always somehow supported a party.
Okay.
On campus and all that, supported a party.
So you have always been blue-blooded?
Being part of the activities and all that. In the constituency, I supported them quite well ahead before even showing face that, you study small. Sometimes you don't even intend to put a foot fully out there.
Yeah.
You start small, you are helping here, you are helping there. And then by the time you realize the expectation has even been drawn on you because you've been doing it anyway, indirectly helping people. It's all about service, So in the constituency, if you went around some of the towns, the schools, you would, understand the work that I've done over the years, supporting here and there, providing decks to schools, providing books, providing this and all that, organizing sporting activities within the, well ahead. So it builds over time. And I think...
so the reason I'm asking about this, your banking background, is because this government, when it was in opposition, promised the Women Development Bank. There's been lots of issue around it. As a banker, professionally, what do you see? Is the government on a good footing? Are they on a good path to establish that bank? Is there a good bank that we should have?
Yeah. Thank you. That's a good question you've asked, and I've made a comment on this on the floor of Parliament before. So it's a good thing to have when you decide to, support. Women, because we all talk about the gender issue, and there's no doubt that we need to uplift women, and women have got peculiar needs that have to be attended to specially, And the question that you ask is, okay, so if you want to address this from a finance perspective or financing perspective, is the solution right to set up a new bank to support women or to deal with women's issues? Maybe yes, but ask yourself, you don't have resources that is not everywhere, that is not limited. Your resource is limited. So you ask yourself, within the constraints of the resource that you have, is it the right thing to do? Is it the right approach? Not even the right thing to do. If you want to support women, you want to provide them with the right financing to be able to do.
So you don't think a bank is what we need now?
Yeah. So what I put on the floor of Parliament was that, look, we have got about 23 commercial banks in this country. Okay, 23 commercial banks. The central bank, I remember last year, brought this about. Under Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the central bank sent this circular that they were asking banks, existing banks, to create what we call women decks to address issues of women exclusively. So every bank, you set up women decks. So if you entered any branch at all of a commercial bank, there should be a desk that is specifically to address issues of women. So if, women wanted to access loans, if they needed some advice, if they wanted to open special accounts or whatever, issues related to women, that desk will address those issues. There should be privacy, whatever, around it. So
you think about it.
Yeah, think about it. About 23 banks. Some of these banks have got as much as 100 branches. So the synergy of that, you are going to have several branches across this country, each branch having a women's desk. The government could have worked through these banks, okay? If the government wanted to extend facilities to women specifically, you could have done it through these banks. These programs, they are not new. I mean, when I was in NIB, these had happened there before. The government will channel whatever it wants to do with, certain institutions or whatever. And then you do it because you are the ones with the skills. You have the facilities and all that. So the government could channel the funds that it wants to extend to women through the existing banks with their facilities, with all their structures that are already in place across the country. That would have been easier compared to setting up a new bank. And if you look at the budget that was read earlier this year for 2025, the amount that was allocated was small. There were complaints. Then this budget for 2026, an amount of 401 million Ghana cedis has been allocated. You ask yourself, yes, it meets the minimum requirement, the minimum capital to set up a bank, which is 400 million cedis. But really, if you give 401 million cedis to set up this bank, remember, a lot of it is going to go into infrastructure and resourcing and all that. By the time you realize, there'll be nothing left to really give out as facilities to these women. And to them, that is what they need.
Okay.
So if you're going to use this to set up offices, to buy computers and buy all these things, by the time you realize it's finished.
So it's good to help women, and it's good to use a banking system.
Use the existing banks.
But setting up an entirely new bank.
Use the existing network to be efficient.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've looked at the budget statement. You have been debating it in the House of Parliament. What's your position on the 2026 budget? Did you have the opportunity to debate?
Yeah, I debated on the first day.
What's your
Tuesday.
position?
Yeah, my position, if you listen to the budget, now I know, Ghanaians listened because, they anticipated this budget, they listened.
And they are happy.
Maybe, so the budget, a lot of intentions, okay? A lot of intentions similar to what was read March this year, okay? A lot of intentions, but as to the plans really crystallized to achieve them, quite doubtful, okay, quite doubtful. So that is where I have a problem. And if you listen to the minister, he started by touting himself for what he has been able to achieve, and then hit hard at the NPP government as he did in March, the same way hit hard at the ex-government. But you ask yourself, the first point is, if the government is praising itself so much, you ask yourself the big question: what really has the government done, okay, to deserve such, an applause, okay? Because yes, we've seen and as he touted, the government's achievement, we've seen the city stabilizing, we've seen inflation coming down. Yes, these are good indicators, for the country. But you ask yourself, what single program, what single economic transformation program has been put in place to achieve these parameters? If you look around, there's actually none. There's none. So what we have seen is that we have seen, yes, city stabilizing, inflation coming down, and all that. If you read the S&P report, and I want to reference it because it's a third party's report. Otherwise, people might think I'm doing politics. If you read that report, just the first bullet, it says that Ghana has benefited from its commodities, and it mentions gold, it mentions cocoa, that are doing well in the international market. And these commodities that are doing well have helped the country to build its international reserves well, close to about $11 billion, okay, which is good. So these are the basis for the strengthening of the local currency as we have it.
Because someone is managing it properly.
Not really.
You need a manager.
Not,
Even all the factors of the world come together or conspire to give you a positive outlook. If you are a poor manager, you will still mess up. And so you have to credit the managers. You can't just say that it is because of commodities.
Okay, that is fine. I'm coming there. So the first point is we've had, and the strength of a currency is determined by balance of payment. Balance of payment, how much goes out, how much comes in, the net of the two. Balance of payment. So your commodities have done well, and balance of payment has gone in your favor. This one, if really we left this to autopilot, it would have been same anyway. You can't tell me. I'm coming, Omaro. Let me land, Omaro. Unless the current government can tell Ghanaians that it has impacted on cocoa so much, either in volume or the price in the international market. Within 10 months, has it impacted on cocoa? Or has it impacted on our commodities? Really? So the international market has favored it. And then if you read further, Standard & Poor's report, it says in October 2024, the government restructured loans worth $13.1 billion US dollars. October 2024, $13.1 billion US dollars. This restructuring that the NPP government was able to achieve created the fiscal space that we have today. It created a fiscal space.
The same government that tightened people by going into their investments and savings.
I understand, and I'll come there. But what I'm saying is, what we see today, it started from the NPP's era. So this restructuring created a fiscal space. That is one. And two, our commodities have done well. These two, none of them should the NDC government credit itself for. No. Commodities doing well, fiscal space created from restructuring. None of these two. Okay. When you talk about, people talking that the minister always starts in March. He started with these lamentations about, hey, you're borrowing, and the same thing for this year's budget for next year. The issue is, Omaru, and I believe Ghanaians are listening well. Look, what happened in this country during Nana Akufo-Addo's era? When I debated in Parliament, I gave 10 years of GDP growth, 10 years figures of GDP growth. If you look at it, NDC in 2016, they left with less than 4% growth. But if you look at it from 2017 coming all the way to 2024, GDP grew very well, very well. It was only during the COVID era that GDP slumped. And it wasn't only in Ghana, it was across the world.
Are you considering the debt to GDP while you talk about the growth? Because the debt to GDP is not looking that good for you.
I understand, but what I'm saying is look at GDP first.
GDP but when you look at GDP and then the debts, that is...
I understand. You see, what I'm saying is people, I know Ghanaians understand this, but others have politicized it. During the COVID era, the government had to come in with interventions. And if you have a downturn in the economy to the extent that we had, and not only Ghana but across the world, how would you intervene? Your interventions will be two-pronged. One, supporting social systems. You have to have social packages, for the people to be able to live. That is why we had really just few mortalities or fatalities in Ghana related to COVID. Okay, the president or the government came in to support with social packages, and that is one side. The other side is you have to now come in to support businesses. You have to really inject into the economy.
But for you, those were not the only two things you did. You also taxed people, and until this evening, there has been a COVID levy which the government of John Mahama has just scrapped now. Hooray!
Omaru, that is good. But you see, whatever the NPP did was like textbook. That is exactly what ought to be done. Because look,
to tax us even after
it's not just taxing, but what it is that You see, you need to support the entire economy. You need to support the entire economy. There were sectors that you need to get funds to support. That is how you reignite economy. You need to invest. You need to put capital back into the economy. And that is what some people don't get right, especially the government in power. They talk about the fact that, they say, oh, there was fiscal slippages. So now we have fiscal discipline. When you have a downturn, your solution is to now come into support. You come into support by having a fiscal expansion. And it's done across the world. You have to inject into the economy to rebuild it. Japan did it. You can check. Other countries did it. You don't go for fiscal constriction when you are in a downturn. It doesn't work that way.
We need to go, but I just want your comment on the fight against Galamsey. I presume your constituency is a mining area.
The fight...
Do you have gold?
Gold, there's gold everywhere in Ghana.
Yeah, but Manson Kwanta, are you a mining constituency? That's what I mean.
Oh, yes, there's gold there.
How are you seeing the government's fight against illegal mining in your constituency?
Amaru, let me look at it this way. If you look at really the way, comparing NPP and NDC and all that, what I would say is that we need to give this issue a deeper thought. You see, when you criticize something, and then you are given the chance to now decide, then you become confused. You criticize it and it looks like you don't have a solution. And that is what is happening to NDC now.
You think they don't have a solution?
Of course. They criticize this so much in a painful way. And the videos are there. You see, because of technology now, whatever we say, whatever we are discussing now, it will be there for years and people can reference. So I'm conscious of everything I'm saying. The people, in the NDC government,
they seem to be on track.
They criticize so much. And they came into power, now they're confused.
They arrested one of their own, who is an MP.
You see, has this solved any problem?
No, but they are showing a sign of goodwill.
A sign of goodwill? Has this solved any problem?
They are on the way, solving.
Look,
they are deploying water guards.
What I'm saying is, they criticize the NPP government so much, such a way that they came to power and they confused. They're running helter-skelter. They're running everywhere. And they go in and they make a lot of mistakes. Look, they went into my constituency, Manson Kwanta. I'm sure you probably know of the case. They went to a town called Bonteso. The special force for the IGP, they went to Bonteso.
And the people there rose up against them.
Because they went to the wrong place. Where they went, I can tell you 100% with authority that where they claimed Galamsey was being done, I tell you, they win sand there. It's part of the town, just at the edge of the town. They've been winning sand there for decades. Not even this.
So it's not gold?
No, it's not gold. They win sand, they use it to build. So there were trucks there cutting this sand. They use it to cast blocks and so on and so forth. And anyone that was to investigate this can investigate. That is why the town was angry.
Let's help them succeed. We need to end. Thank you so much for joining us. I think we have to come back again so that we'll talk more about Manson Kwanta.
Thanks for having me.
And wish you all the best.
No, it's a pleasure, and I thank you. Thanks for
Honorable Chinebu Akodia Foko there, former banker, 10th member of Parliament, and he says that he's enjoying his rising, his fixing, and his rising. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Omar.
I am Omar Sandamado. This has been Point Blank, produced by Kwabena Wilson, Sami Biafi, and Fred Tese Jabano, as well as Juliana Odami Osari. Thomas Obindako supported us with the technical production tonight. Emmanuel Usu and the new media team supported us with the social media updates. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening and have a